So what's up, guys? AllDaysPass back on YouTube, as you might have seen in my last video, which was a Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, some custom maps with 2 Live Die, but lately the game I've been playing mostly is right here, Battlefield 1. What I did on this one for now is I recorded it, and I figured I would record the audio later as far as, you know, talking about the gameplay and also visiting with, you know, letting you guys know why I came back and, you know, what I've been doing in the interim. So basically, you know, I've been playing games the entire time since my last videos, but as far as time, I just have a lot less of it. So
We have taken objective Duff.
I have work and family and, you know, all the stuff that I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. And my office is actually kind of a shared area, so having the quiet that you need to really record decent audio and, you know, not have a lot of background noise and whatnot going on is, you know, it's a very small window of the day. So basically that's, you know, the crux of it. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm, you know, playing, I'm, you know, recording the gameplay, and then I may do after commentaries, and then I may do a few, assuming what time of day or, you know, who's home. I'll do some live ones, you know, where I actually talk about the gameplay as I'm playing. So the quality might be a little bit down right now. I'm finally upgrading my video card. I'm getting a 1060 to upgrade my old 660 Ti that I've been playing with. And what you're actually seeing right now is recorded with a 660 Ti. So I'm playing on low settings and recording at like 1920 by 1080, but down grading it to 720. So the quality, I mean, looks good, I think, overall, but with the 1060 it's going to be a lot better. So this game, Battlefield 1, my thoughts, I love it. I mean, it's I was always a Call of Duty player, and, you know, never played Battlefield really. I had Battlefield 3, I had Battlefield 4. I think I put less than like 10 hours in the Battlefield 4, if that. I sprung for the premium edition and everything and just didn't have the interest in it because it was bigger maps and so much going on with the vehicles and everything. But Battlefield 1 kind of makes me wish I had played more in those games, because it almost seems like a simplified version where there's not quite as much of a learning curve. And I do agree with a lot of the other commentators on YouTube that the skill level in this game is less than that of Battlefield 3, maybe even Battlefield 4. That could be because of the guns. You know, there's not quite as many yet. The vehicles, you know, they're not quite as fast and maneuverable as some of the ones in Battlefield 4. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't play very much, so I can't really speak to it too much, but I do really enjoy playing this game. And in this particular gameplay, you see me run around with a shotgun. Typically, I won't do this. I had a medal for 20 kills with a shotgun and some headshots and whatnot, so I figured, you know, it's easy XP. Trying to get to rank 110. I'm like rank 103 right now. I've got a lot of time invested in this game. I bought it, you know, a little bit after release. I don't think I actually pre-ordered it. I played the beta and really enjoyed it, and then picked up the game when I could afford it. And then later on, when the DLC started dropping, I got the premium pass. So I actually now have everything for the game, except I didn't pre-order the deluxe edition, so I didn't get some of that. But I did upgrade later, so I got the Red Baron stuff and all that. But that's actually what you're going to be seeing probably more of later in other videos, is me trying to figure out how to fly, because I'm a PC player, so I use keyboard and mouse. And despite the fact I see other guys like Matty Ace Gaming, really good pilot on YouTube, if you want to see some good pilot play, check him out. But I can't fly with a mouse and keyboard, so I actually have a controller, an old Xbox 360 controller hooked to my PC, that if I get into a plane, I'm going to pick that up and probably fly with that, just because it's, the sticks make more sense to me when flying. And I used to fly a lot of combat flight simulators like years and years ago with mouse and keyboard until I got my joystick, which, you know, I never went back to mouse and keyboard in those after, you know, actually having a nice joystick in front of you. So I don't think that this has that compatibility, nor does it need it. A controller will be sufficient, but I need to figure that out. I never really ever drive tanks. I like them, but I'm not very good at it. I get blown up pretty quickly. So my tanker score is like rank 0 or rank 1. My pilot score is like rank 0 or rank 1. And I just started on cavalry as well, riding horseback. I love riding on the horse in this game, but it's better. Initially it was really wonky, and I'm getting a little bit better at it, but they don't seem to be quite as invincible as they used to be, so I'm getting better at it. You'll see some of that in the gameplay. Not in this gameplay, though. Argonne Forest doesn't have any vehicles except for the behemoths, so I kind of like this map in a way because it harkens back to, my Call of Duty days where there's no vehicles or anything like that to worry about. It's all infantry-based, but the size of the map is okay, but it's very spawn trappy at times. Sea's a great battleground, but it's on a bridge. You can't capture it from under the bridge. So if one team gets that, it's very hard to take it back on this map until you end up getting the train or you just get a really good push. But initially looking at the gameplay, it's very close right now. So this one actually goes a little bit. So I do find that this game, overall, it's really good. I mean, like I said, I enjoy it. I've got, I think, over 400 hours into it now. And I don't have a lot of complaints. I mean, the one map, there's a map I'm sure I'll record for you guys called Suez. Hopefully they make their fixes to it before it actually comes out, or not before it comes out, but before I record it, because right now it sucks. It's so linear. It's kind of like this map in a way. Whoever gets C flag just tends to roll over the other team, and they capture the points on your side of your spawn, and that's it. Then it becomes just a sniper fest. So from what I understand on the CT, which I haven't played on yet, I do belong to, and I guess I probably should get on to get a little more accustomed to the maps and the new stuff that they're doing since I'm recording for this game now, is they're going to break it up and put a flag way closer to the train tracks and kind of try to break up that linear path, all the way from A to E. And in a way, I guess make it a little bit more like one of the newer maps, Fort DeVoe, where if you don't defend, it's just going to become this circular thing of flag trading between everybody. But so yeah, that's mostly it. I mean, like I said, I'm getting my office modified, so I'm going to have a little bit more coverage as far as walls and what have you to be able to get, some more audio and gameplay recorded. The 1060's coming in, so I should have the processing power I need to record a good quality that I'm happy with and proud to put out. And we'll do more stuff with To Live Die, with zombies. We kind of want to record, and there's a ton of custom zombie maps right now in the workshop on Steam. So I've always loved playing zombies ever since World at War, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then shortly, I believe in June for the PC, Zombie Chronicles is coming out, so we'll get access to all those maps. Not every map, which I think they really should have done. They really should have thrown every zombie map from World at War to now in that big DLC, kind of like Payday 2 finally did. Payday 2, if you're not familiar, is another game, not a war game, but a very, very fun game to play. And right now you can buy the Ultimate Pack, which it's $50. I mean, granted, the game's been out for years, but they have so many DLCs. That developer stands behind their game and is constantly coming out with new content. So what they finally did is they're like, we have hundreds of DLCs between guns, masks, maps, new heists, all kinds of stuff. They said, we're going to stop selling this as separate items, and we're just going to roll it all into one Ultimate Pack. That's it. And unfortunately, that means they're probably done making DLCs for Payday 2. But again, the game has been out for years and years. So $50, you get everything. And for the guys that just got into Payday 2 recently, or the casual game player, Payday 2, it's not a bad price. I mean, considering what the DLCs were costing before, like $4 or $5, I think it was, per heist. It's well worth it, I think, for somebody that plays the game. Now, I played it a little bit, and I can't really get into it too much at this point because I feel like I'm so far behind, I've never infamied, I'm only like level 20 something, and there's guys that are like, have played the game since release, like, all the time, and thousands of hours in the game. So, I'm just going to wait for Payday 3. As long as it's similar, I'll be good with it. It's a fantastic idea, and gameplay is great. The idea of heisting banks and stuff, it's really fun. But I'm just going to wait. And I'm hoping it's, not just a complete reboot of Payday 2, but at the same time I want it to retain a lot of the features and aspects of Payday 2. So just kind of a new engine, make it look nice, maybe keep the same concepts, but upgrade the guns and stuff. I don't know. I'm interested to see it. As far as I understand, it's in development, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so that's an update for you guys, and that's basically where I'm at, what I'm doing. As far as the future of the channel, like I said before, I'm going to be recording. I'm not doing a Road to Max rank or whatever because I'm already rank 103 and I'm not starting over. So, I'll probably just do kind of like I did in the Call of Duty days where I record most of my games and then pick out the nice ones and go from there. So I may commentate after, and some I'll do live. I do have the ability to stream on YouTube, so once I get to 1060 into the computer, I may give that a shot now and again. Maybe when 2 Live Dies over, we'll live stream some custom zombie maps or something like that. And right here, I make a terrible mistake at this hatch. I mean, that's not it there, but I kind of try to force my way through another player and end up dying badly for it, so. And that's not the death there either. I'll get revived, I think, here in a second, and then die again, so. But yep, there it is. And there's a guy. I know he's right there. I'm trying to get him, but I can't, and I'm going to mess up. So a lot of this game is awareness. This gun that I'm using the 97 Hunter variant, I believe. And I'm not a real fan of the shotguns. I mean, I do really well with them, but they feel like I got to be right up in people's faces with them. Not so much the Hunter or the Slug variant of the Hunter. For those of you that play the game, the Model 10. A Hunter's probably the best shotgun in the game still, but I'll actually be switching to it towards the end of this here. But I really wanted to get that guy in there. Those bombs explode. And here's the death I was talking about, where I try to get a grenade in through the hatch. I should have just backed off there or flanked. When you're using the shotgun in this game, you really have to try and flank around your enemy. Just running into a room full of them. I mean, you probably get a couple of them, but you're probably going to die as well. Especially if you're using the Hunter, which I'm not using yet, but I will be. The fire rate's a lot slower than the Hunter of the M97 that I'm using now. I probably should have used the Sweeper variant, but again, I don't use shotguns that much, So I tend to go Medic. Medic's probably my most played class. I like, support roles, being able to help the team. And I don't see enough medics in this game. I mean, maybe it's because the guns aren't full auto, or you have to be good. I mean, you have to have skill. You know what I mean? Like aim and everything. There's no auto aim assist on the PC. You're using the mouse and the keyboard, so you have to be able to get your mouse right to where you want it, and fire. So with the consoles, there is aim assist, and I have seen some of the videos that show just how strong that is. I mean, the aim assist is insane on consoles, and I've been saying that since I bought this game. I don't have an Xbox One or a PS4 yet. They were just too expensive, and I didn't play enough games to warrant buying one, and I don't have the capture equipment for consoles anymore. I got rid of my hot hog and all that stuff when I got out of YouTube, so I decided I was going to go PC, and I just play on PC. Now, granted, they're coming down in price because the Scorpio is going to be coming out, and the PS4 Pro, I think, is out or is going to be coming out. So I'll probably pick one up on the cheap at some point just to play on it, but I don't know if I'll actually do any recording of that gameplay. Who knows? It really depends on how much YouTube sucks me back in. And so far, I did one video. I got like 40 views in a day, which for me and my channel, which was great. So I really appreciate you guys checking that out. And, if it really grabs me again, then we'll see. Maybe I'll pick up another cheap, like an Elgato or something, and hook it up and record that gameplay too. But, we'll see. For now, it's going to be PC. And that's, kind of what I was wondering from you guys is what do you think as far as what do you want to see? Like, I have a ton of games in my Steam library. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Steam sales and the Humble Bundle, so I have a ton of stuff. So what I'm thinking about maybe doing like I used to, where I pick a game, and, it may be an older game, whatever. I don't think some of you here are here just for the gameplay. Some are here for the commentary. So I may just grab, start at the top of my Steam list, and that'll be, the playlist will be called, like, Working My Way Through Steam, or something like that, and just start and start playing. Of course, it would be games that have an end game or a, finish. I can't play stuff like 7 Days to Die. Well, I mean, I could, but not in that particular series, because you just can keep playing that game into infinity, really. I mean, great game. I loved playing it, but I got a little bored of it once. It gets repetitive. You do the same things every time. You build your stuff and all that. What I really like is, the looting aspect of those games. But, again, I have, DayZ, I have H1Z1. And, I'm not big onto the H1Z1 King of the Hill or even PlayerUnknown's Battleground. It looks fun, but there's a lot of, if you don't have a party, it seems like a lot less fun if you're playing solo. So I don't really have many people that I play those games with, or any games with, these days. So, my God, look at this terrible, terrible fight right here. Waste all my shotgun rounds. I don't think I hit him once. Maybe I hit him once with the shotgun, but that was so bad. And that's the thing with these shotguns, to get off the other ideas thing for a minute. They're just, especially this one, if you're not like right in the guy's grill, forget it. It's ineffective. There was a kill earlier, or not a kill, but I died. I shot the guy, and he was like 10 feet away from me, and I only hit him for 50. Center mass shot. So that's why I'm going to switch to the Hunter. The Hunter seems better. This one's got better fire rate, so you can make up for that lack of first shot kill by just pulling the trigger. And I think the Sweeper is actually fully automatic, so you can just keep pumping away shots, just hold the trigger down. But, I prefer, fully automatic weapons, of course. Like that one right there, the Automatico. I mean, that's just rampant. I don't even really use that one. Haven't used it recently, but that was my number one gun for the longest time, was the trench variant of the Automatico, because it just melts people. I mean, any class, the regular infantry, the elite classes, it just fires so fast and does so much, and the reload's fast. And with the trench variant, you can hip fire the thing ridiculous distances. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily broken, but it's powerful. It is a real powerful weapon. And then my second favorite's that one right there, the Hell Regal Factory. Here's where I'm going to switch up. I'm going to go to the Sjorgen Inertial first, because I've watched another YouTuber, Liquid Blitz, do a class with this one. And he does pretty well with it, but I unfortunately just either can't seem to get the hang of the thing, or it's maybe not as good as he made it look. I don't know. But I'm going to switch pretty quickly off of this to the Hunter. So we're getting somewhat towards the end. I think there's another like 6 minutes or so here, so I'll try to go back to the gameplay. I started off really slow. You can see now I'm 32 and 17. And, almost a 2 KD, which for me in this game is really good. I mean, again, it's mainly because of the map and the shotguns, right? Because on most other maps, Suez doesn't have planes, but they have horses and tanks and all that. the extra stuff between, airplanes and tanks, especially the planes, is crazy. I mean, it's just, I died to play it so often, and the pilots at this point in the game know exactly where the AA is, and so they go after it immediately. And now with the most recent change, the AA doesn't get destroyed, but it gets damaged, and it gets so damaged that you can't use it. And the only way to fix it is for a support player to run over there with a repair tool and actually repair it. Which, if you have a guy on your team playing support with a repair tool, he can keep those up all game, which would be great. Problem is, nobody does that. You only get 2 gadgets. Most support guys are running ammo at the very least. I mean, every support guy should have ammo, whether it be pouches or the crates. Lately, I recommend the crates unless you're like a lone wolf player like I am. But even I am using the crate just because that helps your grenade regeneration. But the second thing is you can get limpet charges. You can get this crossbow that fires frag grenades or high explosive grenades, or mortars. I mean, there's things that are way more fun to use than a repair tool. And most times, the land vehicles that you can repair, unless your tank driver's really good, they don't last long enough for you to repair them. They have the ability to repair themselves. So, I mean, there's really no reason to run around with a repair tool as a support player. I mean, it's useful, but it's not useful enough for somebody to waste a gadget slot on it. And that's the problem, is since people aren't doing that, the AA goes down, and then you just have pilots overhead for the entire game. Now, they've nerfed planes quite a bit, but even so, I'm still finding, they're annoying, and good pilots, can accommodate for those changes that they made to the planes. So, it's better. It's definitely better. I mean, I'm not trying to come off as complaining here, but, they, the one thing I can say for DICE is they constantly support their game. They tweak it. They, update it. They have the CTE now, so people can play and test and submit their feedback on changes to the game that they're making. I mean, it's one of the reasons I really support the game and really like the game over, even the Call of Duty titles, because, as much as I like them, up until Black Ops 3, I'll do another video on how I can't stand anything past Black Ops 3, and even Black Ops 3 to a point. But Activision it seems like here's the game, ta-da, deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, suggestions just go right by the wayside. They don't listen to their fan base, and I think that's a big issue. They use different developers like Treyarch. Treyarch talks to people, listens to people, but they don't necessarily have final say all the time. And get wrecked, you bayonet charging bastard. I don't bayonet charge too often. I do when I have medals and stuff for it. But very rarely do I use it, just because I find it still broken. And it feels so cheap to bayonet charge a guy. I mean, it feels good sometimes when somebody's completely unsuspecting. But in a case like that where you just don't have, you have a sniper rifle in your hand or whatever, you're running around and a guy's 5 feet from you shouldn't be able to just automatically bayonet charge and insta-kill a guy. It should work in a way like Melee. And this right here, oh my god, it was like Christmas morning right here. There's people everywhere. I didn't know what to do with myself. But in any case, just an update video for you guys. I wanted to let you know what was going on with me and what's going on with the channel. So hopefully you enjoyed that gameplay. Here's the end with the voting, and I'm not going to be playing another map in this video. It's already over 20 minutes. Of the 2 Ballroom Blitz, again, more infantry-based. Do have tanks and planes, but a lot more cover than Sinai Desert. So, let's see how we did. No highlights, no battle packs for me in this round. I've got, I think, most of the legendary skins for a lot of my guns anyway. Not all of them. But almost a 2 KD, 40 kills, second most in the match. And a fair amount of ribbons, which I like that they implemented that. They're not a lot of XP, but it still helps. Squad didn't do very good overall. 40 kills, 21 deaths. So then again, second highest. I'm looking for the guy that scored more kills, and it was another shotgun user. Captain Combat killed me like 5 times. But in any case, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.